do this. Let's get to it. Man, this hair, dude. This hair needs to be shaved. Let's do this. I got some canvases. I got some art supplies. What's up, beautiful people? What's happening? This is Jose Trujillo, the world's greatest living artist. The whales. So I was talking about something. I think it was interesting. I think it was important, more than interesting, important to realize what short-term and long-term goals can actually accomplish. I was saying that many of us focus on a very short-term. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Many of us focus on a very short-term effort of a long-term goal. In other words, we get a goal that should really be for a long term, and we try to make a short-term effort out of it. If that makes any sense. And so I see this happen a lot in artists' careers. We go after something and we're like, oh yeah, it's gonna take no time. I'm gonna build be it an email list, be it selling online, creating a client base, getting followers on Instagram. I mean, it doesn't matter. None of the shit matters. It's all of it the same thing. And they're all any goal worthy. It really is not a short-term goal, it's a long-term goal. Any worthy goal needs to be looked at as a long-term goal, not a short-term. You know? And so you want to build, you want to get followers on Instagram, and people are like, man, my Instagram's not growing. Look, very simple. The way to get followers on Instagram is you go like and comment other people's while you continue posting stuff on Instagram. You continue posting stuff on the wall, but you don't need to post that much stuff on the wall. Maybe just once a day. You can do it 2-3 times a day if you want to. You can go bananas with it. But you don't really need to put that much. Just post something once a day, and measure how many times did you like something and how many times did you comment on something, and then count the days, measure the days. You can start measuring the days. Like, okay, it's Monday, I liked 50 accounts and I commented on 50 accounts, different accounts. I picked a hashtag, I don't know, acrylic painting or acrylic painter or whatever, any hashtag. It doesn't matter what it is. It's infinite. There's millions and probably billions of people now on Instagram. I don't know. There's definitely millions of people on Instagram. And then you measure that. You're like, okay, it's Monday. I liked 50 accounts, 50 images, and I commented on 50 different images, right? From different accounts, of course. You pick a hashtag. And you do that. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, on and on. And then on Friday, you look at it. On the 5th day, or if you're more bananas, you can do it all 7 days a week. And you look at it, and it's going to show you. It's going to show you. In about 5 business days, it's going to show you whether people are going to start following you or not. Right away, it shows you very fast. Okay? And then you do it again, Monday, Tuesday, blah, blah, blah. And then it's going to really show you, because the numbers are going to go up right away. Your numbers, your Instagram numbers are going to go up. And it's going to really show you. And then you're going to have you're gonna have a system. Now, you're gonna be able to craft it. Okay? You're gonna say, these are not the real numbers, by the way. Okay? Because the numbers vary depending on your numbers. I don't have it down to a math of this is how many likes you have to do so that you can get follows. No. But I'm just going to give you a ballpark. You're going to find out that in 10 business days, you had 100 people following you because you commented, you liked 50 images and you commented on 50 places. No, let's say in 10 business days, you're going to have 100 people following you. Now you got your number. You get where I'm going at? You now have your number. Let's say that every day for 10 days, every single day, you leave positive comments on people's profiles on Instagram, on people's pages and photographs, and 50 likes, a like and a comment, a like and a positive comment. Because you're being part of the community. It can't just be like bullshit comments. You got to be part of the community. You got to say something. You got to say something meaningful about the photograph, about the picture. If you have nothing meaningful to say, move on to the next one. And it doesn't have to be poetic or philosophical either. Just something positive and that it's about the photo. So that people know that you're not playing around, that you actually saw the photo and you took a little bit of time to say something. So anyways, let's say you have your numbers now. Now you have your numbers. Now you know, oh, okay, if I do this for 10 days, 50 times a day, it's like reps, right? It's like exercise and everything else. If I do this for 10 days, 50 times a day, I get 100 followers. And so you're not scratching your head anymore. It might be that you have to do it 100 times or 200 times a day. It might mean that in order to get 100 followers in 10 days. It might mean that you have to do it less. It doesn't matter, but you have to find the number. There's always a number. You're going to find the number. You're going to find the sweet spot. Okay. Once you find that effing sweet spot, now you can start thinking of long-term goals. It's very simple, guys. It's not rocket science. This is how I sell artwork. This is how I market myself. This is how I get an email list. This is how I do everything. You find the number. You got to find the number. There's a sweet spot in everything. In everything in life, there's a sweet spot, and you have to find it. You find that number, and then all you got to do now is either keep doing those 50 posts a day, right? Because you know that every 10 days you're going to get 100 followers. Let's say that those are your numbers. Keep doing the 10 posts, and now all you got to do is multiply, and you got to be like, okay, well, how many weeks do I have to do this in order to get 1,000 followers? And if you have only 5,000 followers on Instagram, you know that you need X amount of weeks of likes and comments every single day to get to that goal. Or you can do it the other way also. You have to multiply not just the time, but the actions, the daily actions, and find out how much you can do a day. What's the daily action? You have to find that out too. Maybe you can do more than 50 posts. Maybe you can do 300 posts a day. Maybe you not posts but comments. 300 likes. Maybe you can do 500. Shit. Maybe you got all the time in the world and you can do that for 8 hours a day, and you could probably get away with doing it 1,000 times a day. Your account might get blocked from posting for a little bit. You're not going to get permanently blocked for doing that. For a little bit, for maybe a day or a few hours. But you find the sweet spot on that as well. You're like, okay, well, I got to do it a little slower. How often can I do it? How many times can I like an hour? Per hour or per whatever. How many times can I comment per hour? And then you start finding out the sweet spot on that. Oh, thank you. You like the rainbow in my head? I do have a rainbow. Yeah, it's totally not rocket science. It's very simple. It's and that's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how you do it with anything, not just with followers on Instagram. But people, when I coach artists, they always seem to think that there's some sort of magic to it, and there's no magic. All you got to do is you got to be very pragmatic, and you got to look at it and say, okay, well, what does it take to get 100 followers? Or what does it take to get 10 followers? Whatever, right? But you can measure 100 followers because it allows you to measure it, right? You can see how many people have followed you on Instagram. If you have 1,100 and then you have 1,200, you can measure that. How many days did it take? How many times a day were you leaving positive comments and likes on other people's? Because what you're doing is you're making yourself available. You're letting people know you exist. You're shaking hands. That's really what you're doing. You're shaking hands. You're shaking people's hands and you're leaving nice comments. It's like a mixer. It's like a big mixer. It's like a business mixer. But it's very chilled, right? Because it's online. It's a very chill place. So you do that. And you start measuring. You know, if in 10 days, every day I do this for, 50 times a day, in 10 days I get 100 followers, well, in a month, I'll have 300 followers. Every month I know I'm going to get 300 followers, new followers. But if I may be able to multiply this. Instead of doing it 50 times a day, can I do it 100 times a day? Can I do it 300 times a day? And see, and what you're doing is you're shrinking. You're essentially shrinking time at that point. While still thinking long term. While at the same time you want to be thinking long term. But you're shrinking time now. Now instead of it taking you 10 days to get 100 followers, it might take you just 3 days to get 100 followers. If you're doing, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 times more every day. Now you might say, well, I don't have time to do that. Well, then you're shit out of luck if you don't have time to do that. Then you just have to play the long term of just a little bit of impact every day. Just like and comment a couple of accounts a day. Whatever time you got. If you only got 5 minutes a day, then only do it for 5 minutes a day. If you got an hour a day, do it for an hour a day. Whatever it is. But it's long term. This is what I want artists to understand. It's long term. It's not gonna happen tomorrow, guys. You're not gonna get 20,000 followers or 100,000 or 1,000,000 followers. It's not gonna happen right away. There's no way. It doesn't happen that way. You're going to need lots of movement. Now, some people do get very lucky. We call it luck. It's not really luck. What happens with some people is that they start studying what gets likes and shares. That is a very difficult thing to do. It's a very, very difficult thing. And the reason why I say this is because more and more people are doing that. Because people don't want to work, right? People don't want to put in the effort, so they're trying to get noticed right away. It's like, I don't know, it's like putting people in bikinis, right? And on social media. They're trying to get views right away. They're trying to get views. And so more and more people are doing that. People started doing that on TikTok and it boomed, right? Their social accounts, all these beautiful people, especially the girls, right? In bikinis and whatnot, and people started looking and, oh my God, so many followers. But now everybody's doing it, and so you have to go back to work now. You have to go back to producing great content, not just what do they call it? Shock content, right? It's not going to be shock content anymore. Now you have to produce good content. And it's the same thing here on Instagram. It's exactly the same thing. When it started, all the beautiful people, right, doing exercise, or the girls in bikinis, or I don't know, explosions, shock content, right? Shock content. It's very it's very difficult to dial in because everybody wants to do that. Everybody wants to produce shock content for their social media so that they don't have to put in the work. But at the end of the day, you still have to put in the work. You still have to go back to that. To, hey, I'm gonna go like and comment. I'm gonna start shaking people's hands. I'm going to start going into those accounts and have a conversation with people. I'm going to start doing lives. This kind of thing. If you're not doing this, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's Instagram, if it's Facebook, if it's Twitter. It doesn't matter if you're trying to get an email list or you're trying to get into other galleries or online galleries. It is motherfucking work. And if we don't put our heads straight back to the work, we're going to miss out on our careers, guys. We're gonna miss our careers. This happens a lot to artists. Where we buy into this whole idea of, oh, it's going to happen because I'm going to get viral, I'm gonna go viral or some bullshit. No, you got to go back to work. To the work aspect of the career. I see so many artists who are like, man, I'm gonna do a couple of paintings, and then I'm gonna do prints, and then boom, baby, that's how I'm gonna make it. It's one of the most difficult things, and it's one of the biggest lies out there, that you're gonna produce a couple of paintings, and then all of a sudden you're gonna print them. And I produce dozens, probably of thousands of paintings by now, drawings, watercolors, acrylics, oils, you name it. And it hasn't been until recently that I was like, oh, I'm gonna make cute face masks or phone covers for my paintings. It hasn't been until recently that I started doing that. Not because I didn't know. I've always known that you can do that. You can go to any of those sites like Fine Art America, Cafe Press, any of those sites, Society 6, I think it's called. You can go to any of those sites and get your shit printed on all kinds of things. But that is not how you build a business in art. That is not how you build it. And most people want to start there. Why? Because they think it's easy. The way that you build a business in art is you produce artwork, and then you start getting it out into the marketplace. You produce original work. The more and more people want that original work, the less available it's going to be for everybody to get your original work. So what's going to end up happening is, after you produce enough work, after you produce a lot of work, then you can start selling the face masks. Then you can start doing... People want to start there. They want to start in the easy stuff. And the easy stuff never pays off. It never pays. Every time I sell a mask on one of those sites, like Fine Art America, I get like $2. Not even. I think I get like $1.50. I get nothing for it. Because it doesn't work like that, guys. The only reason I do it now, it's because it helps me brand myself. But it doesn't. There is no real return on that. I'm better off selling an original painting that I can sell for $500 or $5,000, and get paid for real, and get a real customer that is like, man, I want to keep collecting his artwork, as opposed to someone who just likes some greeting cards or something, and they're not really interested in your original work. They just, or maybe they whatever, but it's not. You're better off going and getting a customer that is willing to pay you for an original painting. you're 1,000 times better off. And I see so many artists trying to start out on the easy stuff. You know, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna sell my work here. It's all the easy stuff. I'm gonna print my stuff out, and then people are gonna love it. And I'm going to do 3 paintings or 10 paintings, and that's how I'm gonna get noticed. And no one gets noticed that way, guys. It just doesn't work. It's a mind fuck. It's not true. And people out there are perpetuating all these ideas that if you print out your work in t-shirts or in pens or all this bullshit, it's not true. It's just not true. Now, you can do that to help market yourself, but it only really works if you have enough artwork. Most people don't have enough artwork. Most people create 1 or 2 pieces every now and then. You really need to create a vast number of works for that to work, because now you're expanding your artwork, your images, in so many different areas. I'm glad you did shower curtains is on order. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I shared some of the shower curtains on Facebook, and some of my friends went bananas for them. The shower curtains and the face masks and the phone cases. How long did it take Van Gogh? Yeah, I mean, Van Gogh died before he saw anything. You know, before he saw any return. And so this is what I'm trying to tell artists. Look, when, for example, Alicia said about mentioned the shower curtains, Alicia would have probably never take a look at my shower curtains had she not seen my original work first. Alicia has been collecting my original work, and so this is what I'm trying to tell people, guys. Get the original work out first. You want to get the original work out first. Because without the original work, no one's really going to pay attention to you. Because the most valuable thing you got is the original work, not a print, not a shower curtain, not a phone case, not a face mask. The most valuable thing, not a t-shirt, is the original work. And you need to focus and center yourself around the original work first. And then expand from there. Now I can make stuff for the house. Now I can make, I don't know, rugs. I can make all kinds of stuff. But the most important thing is the work. The work is the most important thing, because that is how you're first going to get noticed. And you're better off going and finding people that are willing to buy your original work first, because it is more likely that if they buy the original work, that they don't have any more wall space. They're going to buy some greeting cards from you later. They're going to buy a shower curtain, because now they don't have room. Now they're done collecting. Or if they buy, they're going to buy it as a gift for someone else. But they're not going to collect as much, as fast and as much as when they did in the beginning. And so you're now expanding yourself to other products and other services, like teaching classes and all those other things. But you got to focus on the work first. There's a lot of artists that are going to teaching classes right away without centering themselves on the work. I didn't start teaching until years later. I centered myself on the work first. So get this, guys. It's long-term. Okay, long-term goals, and center yourself on your artwork. That is the most important thing. I'm going to leave you with that. My name is Jose Trujillo. I'm an artist, and I got to get to work, guys. Peace out. Hopefully this video was of value to you out there. Stay well.